Let us start on the experiment through which we will see how a capacitor can be charged and discharged through a resistance. For that, this circuit board will be used. First of all, we will have a clear view of the circuit board and an explanation with every block so that during experimentation we can go very smoothly. This circuit board contains one variable power supply. This power supply is not internally connected to the input of the circuit, right? When we rotate this knob, we are actually increase voltage. This variable voltage source can give voltage up to 12 volt. There is 1 milliammeter in the circuit to show the or display the charging and discharging current, while the voltage across the capacitor can be viewed through this voltmeter. Three different values of capacitors are given: 1000 microfarad, 2200 microfarad and 4700 microfarad. All the capacitors are of electrolytic type and they can be charged up to 25 volt. Three different resistors have been given: 10K, 15K and 18K, in order to vary the value of resistance while charging the capacitor. So here we can have in all 9 combinations of these resistors and capacitors through which we can charge or discharge the capacitor, and we can design the circuit accordingly. Now let us get a closer look of the terminals. These two terminals are the input terminals for the charging and discharging circuit. This terminal, wherever this black thick line is there, that means that those are internal connections, and whenever such dotted line is there, that exhibits an jumper connection that has to be made during building of the circuit. Now we can see that when this output of the power supply will be connected to the input, then the capacitors will be able to be either charged or discharged depending on the position of this switch. On one side it is on the charging side, and on the other side it is on the discharging side. We can find that we can involve each of these resistances independently in the circuit and each of the capacitors independently in the circuit. We can see very easily that these three terminals, terminal and this terminal, they are connected to respective positive terminals of the capacitor. That means this capacitor's positive terminal is connected to this terminal, this capacitor's positive terminal is connected to this terminal, and likewise this capacitor has its positive terminal connected to this terminal. All the negative terminals of the capacitors are connected to the common ground. Now whenever we need to connect one resistance to the capacitor, what we have to do? We have to connect this terminal. If I want to connect this resistance R1, then what we have to do? We have to connect this terminal to this terminal. These two terminals are internally connected. Then this terminal to this terminal. Now you can see that this is the power supply terminal from which it is going to the circuit terminal. And then if we want to involve the milliammeter in the circuit, one jumper wire should go to the milliammeter connection and another jumper wire should go to the circuit connection. So this milliampere will get in series into the circuit. Now if suppose I want this resistance to be connected, then this terminal has to be used, and through this terminal we can see that we are going to get the capacitor to ground. Now you see that we are free to choose between whether we want a milliammeter in the circuit or not. Because if we do not want a milliammeter in the circuit, these two terminals have to be shorted. Another thing is that whether we need this particular pathway for connecting the capacitor, because the capacitor can also be directly connected to this point. However, here you can find that there is one dump switch and there is a common terminal through which we can read the voltage across the capacitor. Now this common terminal This is the positive side and this is the negative side of the terminal, which we can directly connect to the voltmeter. You can find very easily that they all are having one common port. So if we use this particular path, that makes the circuit connection very easy to connect the voltmeter. Now there is one precaution that has to be taken while performing this experiment. If the charge discharge switch is on the charging side, that means now the supply is connected to the capacitor. Okay, under such circumstances, if I put on the dumping switch, you can see this open switch will be closed. Now when this open switch will be closed, these two terminals, that is the positive side of the terminal and the negative side of the terminal, they gets connected, which means that on this side you have the supply connected to the circuit and on the other side you have got a short circuit. So that will damage the whole thing. Therefore, we need to be very concerned that if our circuit is in the charging side, we should not put the dump on. Now, why the point is that, why the name dump? Dump means to put something to gutter or something. कोई चीज को रख दो एक जगह पे. So that is dumping the thing. So here what we are doing, when the capacitor is on the discharge side, we put on the dump switch in order to short circuit the capacitor, so that whatever charge is stored in the capacitor, that can be very quickly put to the ground. So capacitor will be discharged immediately, all of a sudden. So therefore this is the thing, that dump can be used to discharge the capacitor instantly. Otherwise there is no purpose of this dump switch. So this is the basic introduction of this board. In the next session we will see how we can charge or discharge a capacitor through a designed circuit by using this board. Thank you.